guidance from the Supreme Court. We are working on a series of a series of informative videos, which basically these videos are dedicated to elite, giving you all the information in a very authentic way. Okay. And this is completely based upon my talk with the parents in US. It's on who are out of India, whether they are completely enrolled with the test book or they are not enrolled with the test book. Majority of them, they are enrolled with the test book. So they keep on asking very important question, very interesting question. It seems like that they are scratching from somewhere, and these are the paid areas. So if you are constantly in touch with us through our videos at home, okay, whether it is for information, whether it is for coaching, Expatriate is a proud organization to have produced 220 results in NEET, okay, from US itself. So you can understand the efficacy of our training program. That's good. So the diving that a majority of the parents, they have been facing. What is that? Is have to go to India for NEET coaching or to stay here in US for the medicine. Let me tell you that there are 4 to 5 points, key points, okay, around which our thoughts would be clustered. And we are going to present this to you. And not more, should you think that we are missing on anything in terms of giving the information some points at this period of time or the period of years. It is the system for our students, the queries of the parents, and a 3-5 objective discipline training program for NEET, JEE, SAT. Now, let me tell you that they asked this question too. The question is whether I should stay here in US or should I go back to India? But a lot of things, there are a lot of factors, okay, that I'm just trying to solve. If you ask me this question, whether I should return to India or whether I should stay here in US for medicine, there are some factors. The very first factor is that you yourself know about your visa, the visa validation, the visa duration. And on the basis of that, you can take this decision. Of course, if your visa allows we stay in US for coming 10 years, 12 years, 16 years, that's your decision whether you would be sending your child here back in India or would you stay here in US. Even if you stay there in US, there are a lot of factors that you should consider. First of all, the opportunity. What opportunity is existing for medicine there in the US for the child? And I'm addressing to the parent, the inter-parent, the inter-student fraternity all over the country. Okay. So, in US, you can't do MBBS. In US, you'll be doing MD, whereas here in India, you'll be doing MBBS. Okay. So, first question is, what basically is the opportunity so that you can avail in terms of the number of seats? In US, you have got approximately 41,000 seats currently, and then for first year, you have got 37,000. In US, you don't do MBBS, you simply do community. Now, here in India, the same thing is divided with the stock. It is called NEET UG, it means undergrad. That your child is supposed to do after grade 12, and that is MBBS. So here in India, you have the facility to do specialization, a deep insight, a deep specialization. First of all, having done LVBs through NEET UG, and then second, for MD, you do NEET PG, post-graduation. That is equivalent to FDEDs. That's it. So, second factor is what? The time duration. In US, normally it takes 11 to 16 years to finish MD, along with all the graduates, finishing all the components, the practical part, the technical part, as per the norms set up by the US government, Department of Medicine. Here in India, it takes only 7.5 years. Now, let me interpret this. In India, MBBS is how much? Of 5.5 years of duration. 4.5 years. 9 semesters. Each semester is of 6 years. So, the 9 semester is 4.5 years. It means during these your semester, during MBBS, which is known as NEET UG, as I have been telling you again and again, you do 9 semesters of study and 2 semesters, which is of 1 year. That is for one, the practical parts. I mean, you do residency as a general doctor, and you are exposed to at least 8 to 9,000 patients daily. This work from urban area, from rural area, from semi-urban area, from the most extreme areas, right? I mean, the anatomy of a patient depends upon what the climate, the place, from the family history. There are a lot of factors that create a matrix. You come across that matrix, and here you get the best of the exposure. And do you know, we did a research and we came to know most of the parents said that the type of exposure in terms of dealing with the patient's severe type, that one gets over here in India, it's not possible anywhere in the world. In US, things are very limited and very much clinical. In US, you won't be getting this type of one-on-one exposure, diverse exposure, whatever you get over here in India. Now, coming back to the topic. So for this NEET UG, what you do, it's a 5.5 year course, 4.5 years of study at 1 year of exposure to the patients and all. That's known as internship. And then having done your MBBS, you can do directly MD. Okay. And it's this that is known as that you took through what? NEET teaching. So that's some 2 years. So the FP that takes place minimum 11 years to 16 years in UX. Here in India, you can do your MBBS and MD on 7.5 years. That's the best in terms of the time. Okay. Now, the subjects that you have to do in NEET is what? You do physics, chemistry, and biology. We should either study, if you are in US and if you are planning to write NEET, it means in order to get your equivalency in grade 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th, you should have taken physics, chemistry, and biology. Math is not required. Best thing is that in 10th, 11th, and 12th, your child should have taken either one subject or 2 subjects or all 3 subjects in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. That's it. It should be of college level, honors level. Best degree is what? KP. That a child does KP on physics, chemistry, biology. That's a perfect supernature. Here in India, what it happens that in grade 11th and 12th, as per the NCERT CBSE curriculum, your child should have taken physics, chemistry, and biology in both years. So NEET basically is based on what? It is based on NCERT CBSE curriculum. The standard is very plain, is straight and very objective. Would you believe that you can guarantee yourself the NEET result if we cover 80% of this NCERT for physics, chemistry, and biology from grade 11th, right? It is very much possible just to get the desired marks so that you are in the safer zone from this NEET result point of view. Okay? Only on the basis of NCERT, right? Or if you have an NCERT, if you have commanded over that, you can guarantee yourself the result in NEET. Here, the test paper of pedagogy, it also focuses upon that. In a separate video, we are going to analyze about this specialty of NCERT. So if you don't know about NCERT, let us know. We would be telling you everything about that. You can simply write to us at into and desperate part. Now, so we discuss the timeline. One thing I would like to mention over here, that many people think that until unless I do MCAT, I cannot be here MBBS doctor. You do your MBBS for 5.5 years, and during that time only you can write all level 1 and 2 of USMLE, United States Medical Licensing here in India, and you can return, you can go to use. It's a rule, which is a very natural rule, that Mr. A, he was there in US, did his MBBS from India, now he or she wants to return to US. So the best route is what? USE, that USMLE. Okay, you write USMLE. Whatever you are studying in these 19, the 19 components of this MBBS, okay, this is going to help you immensely to crack this USMLE, the theoretical part, in a flash of time. And if you are from this MBBS background and all, you would be preferred in US, doing a residency over there for 2 years in USMLE. It's not something which is going to trouble you. You already have the background in US. You came to India for MBBS. You got all the knowledge about medicine, the molecules, the atom, the anatomy and all. Now we are planning to return to US. So it's an IGET, okay, history of being embedded with. This is one of the biggest reasons that most of the people from US, The Indian students from US, they are coming here in India, they are being there every years, and now they're returning years, having been years. It's a very successful project. Right. Now, I'm going to open a Pandora box over here. Having said that, having done your medicine from US through MCAT. As I told you, that MCAT is the examination which is all about physics, chemistry, and biology. In US, there are 4 papers of that, and NEET over here, there's all about 3 subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology. So this is the way it is centralized. Okay. Most of the people these days are preferring, what? That can be NEET also, and I would also be preparing for a MCAT. So your background of this NEET for physics, chemistry, and biology, which is based on a synchronized syllabus here at this point, part is 2 months, we call it chapters. Right? 2 years ago, you can't take a decision. We start your journey for the swim. By the time we finish up there, do be answering this question to yourself, whether it should go for NEET or MCAT. I bet you will be going for NEET. That's it. Now, after that, it comes that the financial part of this. If you, because you are very innocent, if you are the citizen of US, being an Indian, the fee that you have to pay for medicine in US is $250,000 US dollars. If you are not citizen of US, you are there on a visa that allows you to go there 5, 6, 10 dollars, whatever it is. You know it better. Right? H-1B visa is the most popular. Then the fee that you have to pay, have you cracked this MCAT currently is how much? Which is 450,000 rupees. Okay? I mean 450,000 US dollars, which is approximately 3 crore 60 lakh rupees. That's. Whereas the fee that you are paying for NEET over here in India, there are 28 states and 7 million electorates. The number of here, once again, I would like to tell that the number of medical colleges here is 760. Okay. And the number of seats that you can avail is how much too? It is 105,000 and approximately 10% seats. Okay. It's being increased by government of India over the years. So there is a big opportunity for those who are staying there in US or who are staying out of India just to avail this MBBS ticket from these government colleges. I'm not talking about the private medical points. So the fee that you are paying in US by being a student who is on a visa, you have to pay 3 crore 60 lakh. If you are a US citizen, you have to pay approximately 2 crore. But here in India, would you believe, listeners, that the fee that you have to pay over here in India for all these 28 states or 7 union territories, it travels on a scale of how much? 55,000 Indian rupees to 32 lakh in is there. And the more meritorious you are, the less fee you have to pay. Would you believe if I tell you that here in India there are 23 AIMS, which are the world's best organizations, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. You know how much we have to pay there for 11 semesters? Only 700 US dollars, 55,000. Okay, so the best university you go, the best medical institute you go, the best of the owns, right? Because this is heavily subsidized paid. Okay, thus. Now, it could also be an emotional decision, social decision, psychological decision for your family and all. Whether you should come to India, whether you should stay in US. I have given you all the points just to potter away. Think about this and more than taking a decision. Start your journey for this NEET for MBBS over it. It's a win-win situation. If not today, tomorrow, the thing is that NEET basically is the future, is the right way for the US students who are willing to make their academic impact soon. That's it. Thank you very much. I would also request you just to stay kept to our channel because the information, the videos that we are bringing to you is completely to the point, well researched, and completely updated. So please subscribe to our channel. For the best of the training program, a result-oriented training program for your result in NEET or JEE or SAT, test prep card is its real body right downstairs. So give all your details to us. I will get it on info@expatriate.com. You can come to our website. You can fill out all the details. We will be in touch with you. Our counselor will not touch you. Thank you very much. Take care.